So let's talk about this Daniel Snyder situation with the Washington Commanders. Sticky situation right here. Daniel Snyder pretty much holding a grudge against the third richest person in the world, Jeff Bezos. Now we want to confirm. We don't know if these reports are true, but let's look at the facts and see if there's any validity to it. So pretty much, Daniel Snyder, we all know what's going on with him with the investigation of workplace culture, workplace misconduct that he's been dealing with for the past 2 years as a president and owner of the Washington Commanders. Now, he mentioned that he's going to sell the franchise. In November, this past November, he said that bids could reach up to $8 billion for the franchise. Now, that's a lofty number. $8 billion is a lot more than what the Denver Broncos sold their franchise for. So the Denver Broncos sold their franchise for 4.56 billion, pretty much to the Walmart family last year, and that was an American sports record for the largest sale of a franchise in America. So here's what happened. So pretty much, Jeff Bezos, Daniel Snyder said he's going to sell the team, and then he put it up for auction, right? Pretty much the highest bidder. He wanted and anticipated to sell the team to be $7 billion, right? Remember, he mentioned $8 billion. It could reach up to $8 billion, but he said $7 billion is a target in which he wants to sell the team. When he put the bids out, no one bidded over $6 million. Believe it or not, the highest bid that they got was 5.5 billion from two different people, but one owner put in a bid. Josh Harris, who owns the 76ers as well as the New Jersey Devils hockey team. So, the New Jersey Devils hockey team. No one bid over $6 billion. So that's a slap in his face. Forbes actually has the franchise listed as 5.6 billion. So I think it's worth more personally. I think the market in Washington D.C. There's a lot of opportunity. It's a nation's capital. They get a lot of government support as well too, just being the nation's capital when it comes to military, government, DoD, etc. But they haven't been winning games, and I don't know how many years they haven't won a playoff game, and the ticket sales have been low, and the team's been mismanaged for years. So the only person that can buy this team right now is Jeff Bezos for the price that he wants. Why does he want to sell to Jeff Bezos? Because there was an article written by the Washington Post, which Jeff Bezos owns. He bought the Washington Post in 2013, pretty much exploiting the workplace misconduct of the Washington Commanders. And not saying that the Washington Post broke it, but the Washington Post definitely polarized it. You have a large media print source, and now online as well too, just shooting out articles and information on this definitely helped bring a lot more attention to it. So Daniel Snyder apparently from this report is upset about that. He's mad that this came out through the Washington Post, and with Jeff Bezos owning the Washington Post, he doesn't want him to buy it at all. He basically, for the article said, I guess multiple articles, because this is not the first time that he mentioned it, he said that he doesn't want any Jeff Bezos money, right? Ultimately, Amazon has a partnership with the NFL, so Jeff Bezos is going to get some of the money anyway. With Jeff Bezos being a chairman for the executive chairman for Amazon. Like I told you guys before in the previous video, he took on less work for a higher role. So now instead of him running the company, Andrew Jassy is. He's overseeing what Andrew Jassy is doing with other chairmen, but he's the executive chairman, so he's the leader of the chairman. So whatever Amazon makes, he makes, and plus he has the most shares in Amazon, so it is what it is. But I say that because what happens now, right? No one got the point that Daniel Snyder no one gave Daniel Snyder the price that he wanted, right? Or wanted to buy it for the price that he mentioned. Daniel Snyder has a couple options. He can wait a little bit and put it back on the market, take one of the lesser offers, or just go with Bezos. Now, we don't know if Jeff Bezos is really interested. Now, we know he worked with the Allen Group. This group as well helped purchase the sale of the Denver Broncos. They kind of look at the assets, see what they're doing, see what the value of the company is. Um, and he is working with this group now. They're saying Bank of America, who is orchestrating the sale of this trade, told Jeff Bezos' team or whoever it was, the Allen Group, we don't want to work with you. And when you don't get the price that you want, when you're looking for $7 billion and no one's putting anything over 5.5 billion or even 6 billion, right? Um, what do you do at this point? He can easily not sell the team. He can wait for the investigation to cool off, going into next season. Wait for a DOJ. If they don't find him, responsible, he can easily keep the team. Now, this is what Dan Snyder did. Dan Snyder also, him and his wife on the team, with anticipating that he might had to let go or something might happen to him immediately. He made that adjustment real quick, with bringing his wife in it as well too. So Daniel Snyder can easily keep the team. Easily keep the team. It can do well, and then this just be whatever. You hear about the owners, Jim Irsay, saying that he shouldn't be an owner. Then he retracted that statement. So Daniel Snyder can easily just not sell the team. But if he does want to sell a team and there's growing hate or just anger towards him, it's best that he sells it and gets the most money he can off of it, and that ideally to the highest bidder, Jeff Bezos, who people are saying and reports are saying that he wants to buy the team. So we'll see what comes out of this. I think Daniel Snyder should, if I'm Daniel Snyder, I'm not selling the team. But I am going to be a lot more forthcoming, a lot more vulnerable, a lot more transparent. Not these kind of. And here's the thing: he doesn't have to. He doesn't have to. What's his face? The owner of Robert Kraft got caught with prostitutes on his boat or whatever, and that situation got polarized, and he's still the owner. No one said anything. I think people don't like the way that he's managed the team, and this is what. In this situation that happened under him, people are trying to force him out. No one tried to force Robert Kraft out. Definitely no one tried to force Jerry Jones out. So, it is what it is. Football's different from basketball. So Daniel Snyder can do what he wants to do. But, I think right now he's in a tough situation, and he's going to have to figure out what he's going to do in the next couple of months, before he sells or doesn't sell this team.